There. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I'm SM Sith Lord. Let me put on my face. This is the Somnium Space build stream. Every week I do a 2-hour build in the easy mode builder here, and that's what I'm going to be showing today. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a couple things today. First, let me get into the chat. Somnium Space.chat, and let me get into the YouTube. And then, okay, so today it's going to be kind of like a practice run at a tutorial on how to build stuff in Somnium's easy mode builder here. Now we'll talk a little bit about what I mean by easy mode. So I'm going to find a parcel that I'm rented that is not a waterfront parcel, something that's... Here we go. Okay. Let's build a tutorial test build right here on this parcel of a house. I think a house is a really cool thing to start with for people that are learning, because they could make their own house, and then when somebody is in a location inside of a game or any 3D environment that they're familiar with in real life, the connection that your brain makes between what you're seeing in the 3D environment and what it actually is in real life, your brain fills in the gaps there. And to you, because you're familiar with the place that you made, the real life location, the virtual location is way better. So having people create their own house or their own apartment or whatever is often a cool place to start. Also, it gets you used to putting down floors and walls and ceilings and doors and roofs. So let's do that. But before I start making blocks, I'm going to look up a reference picture. I want to make a modern house. Modern architecture often is good for creating low poly because it's really blocky, depending on which architecture, because sometimes it's stupid curvy, but it's hard to do curves in rendering engines in like Somnium's builder here, so we should look for something that's blocky. So let's look for modern home on Google. Look at this, so easy. I mean, I can basically see the shapes on it. So let's find something that looks kind of cool that we will make, that will inspire us to make something kind of like it in the builder back there. I'm kind of liking this one. This is like the first one that I clicked on. Okay, so this, when you look at an image like this of your reference picture, you need to see shapes. You need to be thinking in blocks. I'm going to show you all over this like I'm John Madden. Okay, my red marker. What shapes do we have here? 1 second. Merge all. There are, the floor is a big one. So this shape, this cube here, that's like a cube that's smashed down and stretched out. That's a major part of it. There's also the foundation here. I won't draw a box around it, but this huge foundation, it's like that, but it's on the bottom. There's 2 shapes here for the floor. There's at least 2 shapes because there's another one. Now I'm seeing there is something kind of weird happening up here. This shape right here is not connected to that wall back there behind it. And then there's a shape right here, and a shape right here, and then there's that wall back there. So you see, these are the shapes that I'm gonna have to make when I am making this thing. So if this was like a curved building, I wouldn't be able to draw rectangles on stuff. But because this is a very boxy building, I need to do that. So this is a good thing to use as inspiration here. The front might look a little bit like it. The inside is probably going to look not very much like it because I can't see the inside anyways. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we want to do is get the scale down. For scale, normally, or what I used to do is I would make a shape like this of concrete as a type of foundation. I would drag it down there and then put a door on it. And then I would go to furniture and put a couch or sofa and a bed. And this would kind of show me the scale of things, because people are going to be people size regardless of how big your building is. So important to have a door and realize that they're going to sit on a couch, so that's going to be a people size couch and people size bed. Now, instead of having to have this little scale room, having to make this every time, there's an easier way. All you need is the door jamb. You go into shapes, and you need to see how big a person is. So just make a pill and make the pill person size, like that. Now you know how big a person is, and you don't need to have the room, the little sample room there. You can actually delete sample room because you know how big a person is now. All right, so now we know how big a person is. Let's make some of these shapes. Here's our reference picture. I am going to start with the, I'm thinking I'm gonna start with the outer walls. The walls that I didn't draw shapes on actually. So that would be this back wall here and this wall right here, and then the wall that connects those in the back. Let's do that. I like to use this texture right here, second row middle. It's almost pure white. I like to start with this texture because I don't have to worry about stretching textures or anything while I use this solid color texture. And then I can get more detail with texturing at the end. So this is my back wall, let's say. Now I need to decide how thick to make my wall. I don't know how thick to make my wall, so let's put a door down there as reference. So here's a door. I want my wall to be a little bit thicker than this door. My wall is a lot thicker than this door. Let's make my wall thinner. There. Now it's still thicker than the door, but it's not super thick. That will be the thickness of my wall. This is a 2-story house. How tall is a story? Well, here is a person. So 2 of them would be like that. Yeah, this could start working out. Let me move these guys up a little bit though, because I do need a foundation as well. Okay, there's a big old back wall. But I messed up. I need my foundation. I need the slab on the ground. So let's go and put this other cube over here, make it huge. Let's sink it down into the ground, and that's my foundation. I'll actually make my foundation too large for right now, and I'll fix it later. B. Okay, I'm going to snap the vertex. If you hold down the V button, you can see that the gizmo there, that with the axes on it, you can it snaps to the nearest vertice, and you can drag that vertice to somewhere, a different vertice, and it snaps. So I can snap there, I can snap there, and that's by holding down the V button and dragging something around. Okay, so now my back wall is the correct elevation. Cool. I think I'm going to make it a little bit stretched out more. And let's make the sidewall now. So to make the sidewall, I'm going to clone the wall that I have here by pressing Control D. I'm going to right click to rotate it 90 degrees. When you right click, it rotates at 90 degrees like that. I'm going to drop it in here, and then I'm going to do that vertex snap thing to put it right on the corner. That. And this thing, I'll butt up against it like that. Okay. Then a little short wall here, and then I get to think about the interesting walls again. So Control D to clone that. snap the vertex. So now it's the exact same place as this wall. Now I'm just gonna slide it over there on one axis by grabbing the blue bar and moving it over. But I actually want this one to be skinnier. That this whole house is actually way too big, most likely. Maybe it's okay. I mean, it's a lot bigger than that one. Maybe that's okay. Okay, this needs to be a little bit more stretched out. Like that. And I'm gonna snap it to the vertex like that. Okay, how about that middle floor now? Sure. Let's drop in one of those doors again, just for the height of a floor, is what I'm wondering now. I know that we have our people there, that kind of shows us the height of the floor, but the specific height of each story, I want to be a little bit more than a door height here. So my walls are too tall here. Let's shrink my walls down. I just held down Control and clicked on all three of my walls to multi-selective, and I'm going to squash them down there. Make this a two-story building. That's more like it. And this wall is way too huge, I think. You know what? Maybe not. Okay, so we want to utilize the space here. Let's go ahead and start with that middle floor there. We'll make a new shape. Now I always just do the cube here. I'm gonna put my white texture on it and squash it around. The reason it's so easy to build in the Somnium builder here is you don't have to worry about a lot of the stuff that you have to worry about when you're making stuff in other modeling or level design tools like 3ds Max or Blender, Cinema 4D, Hammer, Worldcraft. In those kind of games, you have to worry about UVs and sub-object mode, edges, vertices, hidden edges, all kinds of crazy stuff. When you're making stuff in the Somnium builder here, you only have to worry about squashing things, really. So I started with a cube, and I didn't have to cut with the cube or do anything with vertices or any of that. I just squashed it and stretched it out. So you're playing with blocks when you're doing the builder here. Super easy mode. Anybody can do it. Even you, lurkers. You can do it. It's the easiest thing there is to do. Like, out of everything, I've made a whole lot of levels and a whole lot of different level editors, and out of everything, this is among the easiest ones ever, if not the easiest. The only thing I could compare it to is the Lego game, and the Lego game is harder. So this is the easiest way to build stuff. You're just squashing shapes around. If you want to get more advanced, you could always get into the Unity SDK and use Blender and all that kind of stuff, but this is the easy mode. This wall is way too big. I'm going to shrink it down. We don't need a gigantic house. And this I'm actually going to shrink down too. That, okay. Let's snap everything back where we want it. Alright. The floor, let's make it a little bit thicker. Okay, now I'm taking a long time to make sure that I have the structure here because I'm making a two-story structure and I need to make sure that you can get to the second story. I see some pretty cool stairs here. Maybe I can make some stairs like that. Let's see. So these stairs right here, I'm going to try to make those. Those are little switchback stairs, and we want to be able to get all the way to the second story with these stairs. So I'm going to clone this thing. I'm going to shrink it down. Like so. And then I cloned this, and now I'm going to rotate it. Now I'm going to snap rotate. I'm going to hold down Control as I rotate so it snaps to 15-degree increments. Okay, this should be a little bit bigger. That's Now, the slope of these stairs. I'm going to make the stairs as a ramp at first, but I think the max that you could comfortably walk upstairs in Somnium is 30 degrees, like that. Wait a second, was it 2 or 3? You could definitely comfortably walk up 2 snaps, just 30 degrees. You might be able to walk up 45 degrees now that I think about it, but I think this will be good. I want the other flight after you turn around to come back. So I'm going to copy this one, and then I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees, and then 30 more. Snap its vertex onto there. And yeah, that's definitely going to do it. Okay, so here's something interesting. That doesn't look good, so I'm going to just snap to this other vertex instead, and now it looks good. I don't have any weird overhangs now, but let's make this cooler. Let's spend some time on these stairs. The landing of these stairs. Let's make a big deal of this landing by using one shape. We'll put that there, put the white texture on it, but then I'll paint it kind of grayish. Yeah. And we're going to squash it down some and stretch it out some. Center it. That's a type of decoration there, but maybe it would look better if it was bigger. All right, these stairs are too big, right? Yeah, I think, because they take you way too high. So, shrink them down. Cool. All right, so we got some pretty cool. Oh, what happened to my camera? My camera died. Oh no. Let's see if I could restart my camera real quick. Oh, there it is. I can never tell when it's working because the green screen just completely disappears. All right, so this is pretty cool stairs. Let's get them into more of the area where we want them, like this. They're too tall. Okay. That's looking good. We're gonna have a big gap for these stairs. These stairs are gonna be a main focal point of this thing. But when you come up from the stairs, they'll be right here. There we go. Okay. Looking good. Let me raise this up. I can move the whole thing over some. Okay. This, let's make it a better shape, more accurate to what we want. So just playing around with this, stretching it, squashing it, moving it around until it's the right shape to fill the gap. Okay. And maybe I'll squash it a little bit here. Center it up again. Okay, now take another look at this reference picture. Where's the entrance to this thing? There's a big old entrance there, but there's no real front door to this thing. I think I know where I want my front door though. How about where my door is? And my walls are not tall enough after all. Okay. If that's going to be where my front door is, we're going to have this room be like the living room area. And it can come out like that. Okay, I'm gonna select everything and just raise it up a little bit because I'm thinking, hey, maybe I'll give this thing some kind of stairs that lead into it. Actually, I'm gonna undo that. And I'll do that at the end when I actually add in the stairs. But right now, this needs to look awesome. The entrance is gonna be over here. This isn't gonna be the entrance. Well, some of the entrance may be over here. Maybe I'll have a side door. But the main thing is I want this to look cool when it touches the ground. So let's get some decorations going here. All right, and then grab this glass. Looks good. And that's going to turn the corner too. And I'm thinking this piece might be really cool out front like this. Cool, cool. Let's poke this up a little bit more. Now, if my VR was plugged in, I don't think my VR is charged right now. If my VR is plugged in, there's a button over here on the top right that you can click to actually jump in here and run around and test it. It would be about this size. You go through the door and all that. That's really good for testing. Can you walk up a slope? And how does the scale look? That kind of stuff. This here. Oh, actually, this needs to be centered. What is the size on this? It must be this 1094. 1094, 96, 92, 1092. Okay. We got some glass going on. I think that I need another one of these strips up top, and one of the an extra door might end up going in there, or maybe not. We'll see. There's some cool things we could do there. Okay, so our house is starting to not look like our reference picture, but that's okay. Was not trying to recreate this. I mean, I don't have a personal connection to this house. It doesn't have to be this house, but just looking at something gave me a direction to go with where my walls were going to be. Saves time instead of trying to, you know, lock yourself in a pitch black room and just think of everything from nothing. Look at a whole bunch of stuff and then base what you want to build off of that. Loosely. Okay, let's get some walls into this thing. On the corners. And another thing these pillars are going to do, they're going to bury the imperfections that are on all the little shapes that weren't exactly lined up on the corner. It doesn't matter now because they're buried inside of these pillar things. Okay. The entrance needs to be epic. I need to start thinking about the entrance some. And the floor here needs to be epic too. So let's do something about that. In the textures here, I believe there is a nice marble. It's carpet. Here we go. All right. Okay, the entrance to this building. Before we think about the entrance to this building, maybe I should start thinking about the roof. Ceiling roof area? Nah. Okay, the entrance. Let's talk about entrances for a minute. Doors make perfectly good entrances. However, maybe that could make a good side entrance. We want an epic entrance for the main entrance. We want people to be able to file through there side by side. So we need at least a double door. I'm going to make something that's about maybe 3 times as wide as this regular door shape here, and just a little bit taller. So to know how big I want to make my door hole, I'm going to make a block that is just a black block like a tone hole. You know, like Roger Rabbit could stick his hand through one of these kind of holes here. Jeez, come on now. There we go. That tall and about that wide. Let's do that. That will be our main entrance size. Much larger than a regular door, but much cooler too. Okay, this entrance needs to be cool. How can I make this entrance cool? I think that I do want steps. And if I put steps on, that means that this will go away and there'll be some cool steps everywhere. Now, the steps aside, excuse me, by the time you get up here, you're already at the right level. The door is here. What does the walls around it look like? Pillars! How about some pillars? Let's look at columns. Column models. Cool thing about column models is they only cost 1 credit. Do I want round or do I want pointy is what I'm thinking. Let's do tapered. Perhaps this can be my entrance. But what is this? What am I looking at here? How about shapes? Circle. Now remember I said circle shapes, like round shapes, they're really hard to do. So let's do some. That way it'll look impressive. Now I have to worry about how all these pillars are going to seal in to the rest of the structure. I may have come up with my answer right here. Okay, now let's try to make the same arrangement of pillars on the opposite side. Good. In between these two buildings, I think I'm actually, or these two pillars, I think I'm actually going to have a solid wall. Hey, thanks very much. Here's my door. It only needs to be that tall, so there should be some kind of slats making it not taller. Let me think about that for a second. Also, maybe some steps leading up to it. Cylinder looking steps. Let's see here. Maybe something like this. Yeah, okay, so I need a bunch of these. I'm going to raise it up so I can see the edge vertices. And I'm going to stack a bunch of these things up here. Now, remember I was talking about this is like building with wooden blocks or building with Legos. If you're going to use a whole bunch of a certain Lego, you would dig out a whole bunch of that piece. I guess this is freestyle building, right? Not following instructions. You dig out a bunch of that piece and you have them all set up there. So when you're building your wall that uses them as part of the decor, you could just grab from that pile and throw it in. That's what I'm doing here. I'm stacking up a bunch of these shapes because I'm going to be using a bunch of these shapes. I'm not sure how many yet, but it shouldn't be more than this. And then I slide it down. So they're perfectly aligned, and now I just slide them straight down so it doesn't break their alignment. It looks like I don't need that fourth one. In fact, I might want to move all these down some. Nah, okay, now for these other pillars, I'm just thinking, should this turn the corner kind of and run across them like this? It could. It really could. Yeah, let's do that. That worked out way better than I thought because it doesn't even need to be touching these other pieces. Awesome. Okay, so let's stack 3 of these up just like I did on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Also, I know that I'm going to do 3 over here, but they're going to be rotated. Let's unrotate that 45 and rotate that 45. Go there. Let me make sure this is lined up on this side. I think that's good. Is that how it looks over here? No. That's how it looks over here. It's better. I'm just eyeballing it here to try to make it about the same height or the same elevation as the ones next to it. That looks good. Okay, this one, it's not quite as good. That's better. Stack these up. 3. Uh-oh. Good. Slide it down. There we go. Click save because I think that actually it's starting to look cool now. This could be something. How would all these pillars, how would a second level of all these pillars look, is what I'm wondering. So multi-select everything. And try dragging it up. It doesn't look bad. Think here. Okay, we have 2 more. Okay, and maybe I'll hang some banners in front of it. Yeah, I mean, right there in the very front would be a perfect place to hang a banner. Looks pretty cool in here. Click save. Okay, how about the ceiling of the second story? We want to let as much natural light in as possible. So the ceiling on here should have a skylight. Yeah. How much of a skylight? I'm not sure yet. So maybe I won't jump straight to the ceiling just yet. How about we work on this entrance some? And bring this up. It's just about time to retire this slab, so let's get rid of that slab. Let's just clone this thing over here. Let's try to get interesting with the foundation here. Now, the interesting thing about real foundations is they are the way they are because they're kind of like melding the building to the surface of the street or whatever it's up against. So, let's do some of that. Let's try to introduce a reason for us to need stairs of some sort. And if we had a reason to have stairs, where would they be? Okay, now I could do the obvious stairs here where it's like this. Did you catch my drift here? Like corner stairs, and I could just continue them all the way down. Really easy to walk up and approach. Maybe I should do that, but I'm thinking maybe the stairs could be coming like this, and then you have to turn to go in. Why? Well, why not? I'm going to try it out. So let's clone this. I'm going to squash it up a little bit. This is going to be a ramp, which I may eventually turn into stairs. That's not good. It needs to be like over here. .17. That's it? I thought those stairs were going to be way longer than that. Look, I like this, but the thing is, I'm going to use the term, I'll call it mobile proof. Not idiot proof, but sometimes people, especially people that are not very good at video games, they have trouble navigating around a space. So that the stairs that you could approach from any direction and go up them, that would be more friendly towards visitors that are not familiar with walking around and navigating around a 3D space. I think that this kind of stuff here is a lot cooler though, with these kind of ramps. Even though you do kind of have to navigate a little bit more. But if I do have this cool ramp, maybe I could raise up my building even higher. But you'd have to approach it from the back if I did that. That would be cool. Let's see here. Maybe this is good. And then this over here. So you're going to have to know how to walk around to get into this building. It's going to be a challenge. Well, not for some people, but for some people it will be. And that's the interesting thing about web. Not only about people's expected skill levels of if they know how to walk around a 3D world or not, but their device capability in web. You never know what people are going to be visiting a web URL at, a website at. They might be accessing it on a really crappy phone. So the target system specs, you know, like the GPU and CPU, all over the spectrum. So you kind of have to target running on low-end devices, and then you run really well on higher-end devices. But there's so much uncertainty in web with what people are going to be visiting on. And I do want my thing here to be cool on web. Get a light in here. I can't see anything. Cool. I need to stretch it this way. Gonna need to add some windows to the back wall there too. You can't just have a solid wall. Okay, we're nice and smooth on the inside. Our foundation is nice and built up and interesting. Let's continue here. How am I doing on time? I do want to, I don't know if I'm going to finish it in 2 hours, but I want to get it somewhere good in 2 hours. I'm 1 hour into it. Not bad. Okay. Getting the main structure down is usually the least interesting looking part. Now I gotta make it look interesting. I'm thinking of the ceiling. What is the ceiling gonna look like? What I'm thinking here is it's always nice to have a giant structure that kind of hugs your building. It looks interesting. So instead of just capping this thing off and putting trees around it, I'm thinking, is there any kind of structural support I could have coming out and going through this thing? I don't know. Let's just start with that idea I had for a roof that let lots of natural light in. Okay, where's that thing I was talking about? I didn't even add it in. Let's do it. We need a skylight. Maybe I'll come in and add that skylight after. Let's cap this thing off. Okay. Now let's carve that hole into the ceiling. Okay, I got an idea. It involves a couple things. First of all, it involves these things being higher. Okay, those are going to hold up something. Not sure what yet. Some kind of awning. But the thing is, if I go too heavy on the awning, it's going to block out the skylights that I just added. So I'm not sure. Worst comes to worst, I'll just lower all those back down. Okay, save. Continuing on here. I don't know what could be suspended from those things without blocking what's underneath them. I don't know, maybe I should try out some stuff. That blocks the sun. I would have to make it glass up there. Maybe that could be real cool. I don't really like it, so I'm not sure what's going on with those things. You know what? I'm going to lower them back down. I can't cover up the ceiling on the second story because it's going to make the skylight, it's going to make it dark up there. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back. Okay. Looking good. Not sure what's going to be on this side yet. Okay. The foundation wraps all the way around now. Almost. Okay, I want to add some detail to the skylight, but I don't know if that's where I'm gonna go right away. How about some benches and stuff? So let's go to furniture, sofas, super modern one. Hold down Control to snap, rotate. What about solar panels? I could put a bunch of solar panels up on the top there. Okay. Okay. Well, it's coming together. Let's make some changes. I want to make these stairs to help make that transition between the grass and the ramp more natural. So I have this slope that I know is comfortable to walk up, and I'm matching up my stairs to that slope so that I know that my stairs are not too steep. The only thing I have to worry about is each step going, would each step be climbable? I don't want to have one stair that's too big to step up, but I know the slope's good. So I think a couple more steps here and I'm good. Trees. Let's put a bush here. Bush. Oh, I don't know why I have the sudden desire to build a half-court basketball court over here. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I'm inclined to. Okay, I just wanted to throw those into the corners so it wasn't completely barren. Let's shrink this down a little. Okay, let's add a little bit of decoration to these walls. Like so. Okay. Do I really want to build a basketball court here? I don't know if I do. Okay, I won't pull the trigger on that one yet. How am I doing on time? I got 30 minutes left. We got the outside looking all right. I'm not going to finish this whole thing in 30 minutes. I'm actually decorating the outside more than I usually do. Let's keep up that trend then. Okay, let's keep on going here and add some stuff to this. Ooh. So again, I'm doing that technique of burying the corners into other shapes so you can't tell that they don't perfectly align. And I'm doing something else here. The solid color texture thing, I actually have two surfaces here that are on top of each other. And if they were different colors, you would see that. Let me show you what I mean here. There, you see how it's doing Z fighting there? The only reason that you can't tell normally is because they're the exact same color, and Z, well, that's not the same color. You find the same color here. Yeah, and because the Z fighting is happening with the exact same color, you can't even tell that it's happening. And that's another thing that I'm doing here. So I have the caps to cover up the blends, to cover up the misaligned edges. These are the caps. But I also am using the solid colors to hide the fact that there is Z fighting going on with the shapes. You could avoid the Z fighting by just making one shape a little bit different scale or a different elevation than the other. But I don't need to. I could go fast. All right, the skylight is looking better there. Do I want to cap it with glass? Maybe, but maybe not. I'm not going to do it right now. We need more windows on those back walls, most likely. Maybe even a balcony, since we have the room for a balcony. And there could be a hell of a balcony on this side. Like, there's a lot. There could be like a second story deck that could be attached to this second story, and there could be another set of stairs. There's a lot of room to work with over there. Okay. Now we got our cool little blinds going on the top there. Maybe I'll go ahead and put these 2 layers of blinds below as well. Don't know where this is going, but I want to see where it's headed. The hell is this? I don't know. It's something. It's something. Okay, let's try doing that over here too and see how that looks. Weird, but I think I'm gonna roll with it because I wanted something up there and this doesn't block the skylight, so it's something. The downturn here. Wow. That worked out remarkably well. I'm very surprised. Okay, I need to try something here now. How am I doing on time? I know that I'm pushing it, doing so much detail on this weird roof, but how about okay. I'm getting myself into some crap here, but let's see how difficult this would really be. I think I am going to roll with this. Let's do one more thing right here. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little non-symmetrical, but I think that it is decent decoration up here. Ooh, no. Let's see if I can fudge it. These things don't quite line up. They're not the exact same. That's unfortunate. However, they still might work out. Okay, let's quickly finish this thing off of the trusses here and switch gears and do a little texturing. This house isn't going to be finished, but let's get some textures in it now. After I finish this thing here. Okay, that'll be enough right now. I could always go back later and finish that up. Let's get some textures in here. So, to get, let's say, a grass texture, we're going to have to do it in patches. So, I'm going to clone this. Raise it up some. Bring it down. We are going to do it in square patches that aren't too huge because you don't want gigantic grass. This is actually a bush, so maybe let's get on the internet and see if we can find a grass texture. Here's one. I wonder if this tiles. I'm not sure. Probably not. We'll see. $1,600. It's not too bad. Okay, upload texture. Okay, let me think here. We do not want to use too many shapes here, so I might make a different version of that texture that is different resolution, so I don't need to use so many shapes. After I get this centered, I'll show you what I mean with that texture stuff. Okay, so earlier I was talking about Z fighting and how and UV stretching and how you can avoid that by using the solid color textures. But let's say that you want to get grass in here, and you don't want to do patches like I had at that little cube there. You don't want to do a whole bunch of cubes. So how do you make your grass look good on this huge shape? The answer is you go into your image editing program, open up your grass, and shrink it like this. What is half of 1600? 800 was half of that, 400. So I'm just going to make another version of the grass. Oops. That is like this. It's a different scale. See how it's zoomed out? So it can tile. Make sure it's perfectly lined up. Okay, now the thing that I'm putting this on is a perfectly square cube. If it was a rectangle cube, I'd want a rectangle shaped texture to avoid UV stretching. But it's a square cube, so a square texture works. Okay, so this is 1/4 the scale of the other one, so I'm going to save this out. JPEG. Oops. Grass scaled. Upload that one. This is it, right? There! Much better. See how it isn't gigantic grass? Okay, so we got same size grass here. I believe I could delete this now. And not really that though. This one though. Yeah. And then this one could be skinnier or something. Yeah. All right. Grass. Now, to make the grass fit over here, I have to make a really long texture. I can do that, actually. While I'm in the image editor, why not? I would say that aspect ratio is like that, perhaps? Let's see. We'll call it scaled slim. Oops. And I believe that I screwed up. I made it thin the wrong way. Let's make it thin this way. Delete the one I just uploaded, upload a new one. Ooh, okay, maybe I wasn't wrong the first time. Make it thin. I just didn't do it thin enough last time, perhaps. There! That looks good. You can't really even see the seam. Okay, got some grass in. We want some cool textures on the inside. What do we got for time here? Ooh, okay, this is time. So, that's enough textures for now. What I want to do is make one of these walls a pre-lit brick wall, because pre-lit brick walls look amazing. I might have a texture laying around that I could throw at it. Let's see. There's a really cool wall here. Now that's actually not the best wall to use on the outside, because outside it has variable lighting conditions. What else do we got here? We got carpet, we got fake doors. Fake doors are always useful. A pool or something might be cool. We could build some stages in there, but that'll be next time, the inside there. Okay. Can't use that brick wall. How about one of these brick walls? How do they look? Not bad. Does this tile? I doubt it. This looks like it tiles. Okay, so the reason I need to make a custom texture is because this is a really long wall and I don't want to have to break it up into little chunks. This doesn't even mirror. This doesn't even tile, does it? Dang. Hey. I personally like whitewashed styles of looking things, but get some color in here, and I think blue is the theme to go with. We have blue glass, got blue bricks. Why not blue balls? And this metal, oops, this space age Got a metal texture thing. Open these. Okay, we're over time. I have a bunch of parcel credits left open because this build isn't done yet. So let's throw a whole bunch of lights at this. Do we even want this anymore? Probably not. Okay. I can't stand those blue balls. I need to figure out a different color to assign to those. Let's try that. And then I'll add some lights. Maybe just like a boring color that matches the thing underneath it would be best here. Let's try that. Yep. I would use neon, but there's like 7 of these things. So, I don't really want to put that many neons there. Let's get some lighting going on. But we do want some neons. So how about a neon line going along the top of the thing? Because neons are 5 parcel credits, and there's like 10 perhaps of these balls. So we don't want to do neons for every ball. But I could stretch 1 neon to go the entire length of the wall here. Which I should do anyways to cover up the squashed texture. And maybe I'll do a couple of the balls neon, but not all of them neon. Like maybe a couple at the entrance or something. I have the parcel credits to do all the balls as neons, but I'm not going to be able to do all the balls as neons after it gets a detail put into it. I'd have to delete all the balls and replace them with regular shapes again. And I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure about making 2 of the neons. Maybe this one will work. It looks a little weird. Alright, screw it. I have extra parcel credits right now. I'm going to just throw them at all kinds of neons here. Let's do neon ball here. Oops. Neon ball here. And a neon strip here to make things symmetrical. This is good. It kind of guides people towards the entrance because it's where the neon balls are. Eventually, when there's something out on this side yard, it would make sense to have a light on it. But no, it's a little weird having it over there. I thought I already had this over here. I must have accidentally deleted it or something. Oops. Okay, now the question is, do I just put the neon balls everywhere? I know that I do not have the parcel credits to have that many neons on the outside in the end, but I'm not going to finish this thing right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's going to take me a couple minutes. Hang on to your butt. Oh, you know what would be even faster? I know what would be even faster. Just get one. And then I copy them together. There we go. Easy peasy. Crap. I could have made it easier peasier if I just thought ahead a little bit. I gotta figure out how to select these inner balls and delete them. That one is easy. Easy peasy. It ain't so bad. Would have been easier if I would have done this beforehand, but it's okay. There. Now, white balls would look pretty cool too. I might go with white. Let's see how that looks. And this and throwing a couple more lights in here will probably be the last thing that I do on this build today. Yeah, the white looks good. Let's go with the white. With the blue in between though. Cool. I think that I can actually put lights above a lot of these things because I'm not using all my parcel credits left yet. So I can actually light this thing up. Fun. Okay, I'm gonna click save and upload here. That'll be the build for today. You do not want to use as many neons or as many lights as I did in an actual final build. However, this is going to sit like this for a few days, so it was okay to just use those remaining parcel credits. So a couple things that I did here, I made a texture that was of the correct aspect ratio to apply to a surface so it wouldn't look stretched. I did that on the fences and on the grass. Turned out well. I did the rotating at 15 degrees and snapping it for a curved surface for those beams along the top. Oh, and I did a lot of these kind of things here where I buried the edges of different shapes into a cap where they met, and I also did the solid color thing here so you wouldn't see the Z fighting on these surfaces. Just a couple techniques to keep in mind. And here it is. What parcel is this? This is parcel 2774. Let me go to it in web to make sure that its elevation is correct. Did I say 2774? I don't know. Yeah, I did. 2774. This is it. This is it. Cool. Let me adjust the elevation. But before I adjust the elevation, check out how cool my avatar is. It's a Ready Player Me, but it's a Ready Player Me that I made on that Adidas site, and it let me export it in to Ready Player Me. Wait, where is it? Oh, I have to sign in here. Whatever. I'll just go as this guy and adjust the parcel. I have to be on my other computer where I'm already signed in to the Wolf 3D, the Ready Player Me stuff. But you could actually get some interesting avatars, semi-custom. You can't upload your own. You get some semi-custom avatars going on there. Elevation. Actually, let's go over here so I can see it better. Okay, I'll drop this link into the chat. I like the lot. Now, we need to add something in that big empty park over there. Maybe a picnic table or something like that. But this whole structure, I like. Walking up, no problems. Let's go up these stairs, or this ramp, I mean. Definitely needs all kinds of details on the inside. But I was focusing on the outside. The skylight looks nice. Need to put like an art display or something there. Not too big, not too small, and there's room to build stuff outside. Might want to make use of the ceiling. So if there's a big next door, second story deck, maybe the second story has a set of stairs that takes you up to the ceiling. But it turned out nice. I put the desert sand theme on it. The dune theme. Okay, I'm going to drop this link into the chat there. I'm going to take some screenshots, and that is the stream for today. If you already know how to get to parcels, Rick, what's up? I missed your chat somehow. The parcel, all you really need is the parcel number. That's 2774, but here is the link. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here and take those screenshots and send out the tweet. And I will see y'all in less than a week. Friday, actually. /dance. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, I'm SM Sith Lord. This is the Somnium Space build stream every week. Easy mode builder here. If you click follow and check out other streams that happen here on the Twitch, the YouTube, all the Somnium places, there are hard mode streams where people are going to come in here and use Udon and the Unity SDK and Blender and Photoshop. I used poor man's Photoshop over here. It's like easy mode Photoshop, but I'm all about easy mode here. And if you want to see what it is like to use hard mode, be sure to click follow and you'll see what it's like to import from those awesome tools you're used to. All right, everybody. Peace out.